Hey YouTube, welcome to the Subprime to Prime YouTube channel. Here our focus is to get you from subprime to prime, and that all starts with knowing where you want to go on your financial journey. Now, this is for information and educational purposes only and not intended to be financial or legal advice. Please hit that subscribe button and that like button for more content on all things financial literacy, and hop on over to our free VIP school platform, Subprime to Prime, and we'll see you over there soon. Alright, now let's get into this video. Today we're going to talk about how to use your credit card like a debit card, and I'll get into explaining exactly what I mean by that in just a moment. But let me go back and kind of break out again, so as to remind you the 5 areas that are most important in the credit scoring model. And we'll get to why that's important in just a second. So you got 5 areas that are super important on the credit scoring model, the FICO model. And you have payment history, which accounts for 35%. Your utilization or amounts owed, that counts as 30%. Length of credit history, that counts as 15%. New credit, and that counts for 10%, and the credit mix, basically what types of credit that you are responsible for, that also is 10%. So all of those total 100%. So the 2 biggest ones, your payment history and how much you owe, that accounts for 65% of your overall credit. And those 2, super important. If you can get those under control first, that will, your credit score will grow leaps and bounds. Now, check this out. Using your credit card like a debit card. Basically, what I mean by that is that when you use your credit card to pay your everyday bills and the money that you would have normally used to pay those bills, you go ahead and pay that on the credit card. Now what that does is it gives you a little bit more, it gives you a little bit more breathing room, because most people typically get paid on a bi-weekly basis. So every 2 weeks, like maybe it's the 1st and the 15th, or some odd period of time like the 12th and the 26th or something. At any point, that doesn't matter. It's just some people get paid every 2 weeks versus every week. And, cash flow ebbs and flows with the fluctuation of certain bills that you have. Now, if you have an electricity bill that's due on, let's say, the 5th or 6th of the month, and you use your credit card to pay that electric bill, and then when you get paid, you pay that credit card off, what that's going to tell creditors that, you utilize the card and then you pay it off. That, especially when you're building credit, when you're starting off, that's what your whole goal should be. Not using them to go, buy, things you don't need and then hold a balance. What that is going to do is just add debt into your life. And we are trying to not do that. We're trying to be efficient with how we pay things, and then on top of that, not accrue extra interest. I'm a fan of compound interest working for me. If you don't know what compound interest is, Google it. But if it's working for you rather than against you, it's an amazing thing. And when you're talking about using credit cards, you want to be strategic with it. And if you're not at the point where you have credit cards yet and you're thinking about getting them, I have subsequent videos that talk about different places you can do that. And also on my VIP free school group, we also talk in depth about some of the best cards for different levels of your credit journey. So in this video, we're just focusing on how to utilize that card to get one efficient spend on it that you are going to be able to take care of and pay off each and every month. Now, the length of credit history and new credit and the credit mix are all super important, because those make up the other 35% ish that's left over on your out of your 100% total credit picture. Now, they are important, and combined they make up 35% in and of themselves, so that's super important. But if you combine and the payment history and the utilization together and really efficiently use that card and keep those balances low, they're going to extend you more credit. They're going to always give you more credit because they see you as a responsible borrower. And as you develop that, you're able to move a little bit more smoothly in the credit realm, because then the mix of credit comes into play. Because maybe you don't only want credit cards reporting. Actually, you don't only want credit cards reporting on your report. You do want installment loans like a house, or or a car, or a loan, things like that. They are weighted heavily on your credit score, and they really show borrowers that you know what you're doing and you're being responsible. And they'll keep lending so long as you keep your utilization at a super low and manageable range, and then you pay 100% of the time. I mean, one missed payment can drop your credit score up to like 200 points, and that's devastating to most people. When you have one late payment on your credit report, a fresh late payment, that's sends like it's a ripple effect throughout all of the things that you have in your credit house. So they're gonna let your when they report that on your credit report, your auto loan is gonna see that and be like, whoa, they're having some financial issues. Okay, maybe we need to keep a closer eye on that in case they miss a payment or something like that. Other credit cards will start to slash your limits and things like that. There's a whole host of problems that come along with not efficiently utilizing your credit and paying it off every time. Now, I say this to say that when you do that, you grow in so many ways in your credit, and you'll start expanding and branching out. This inevitably will help you on the financial side, because then you can get things paid off quickly. You can consolidate credit card debt, even if it's low. You can consolidate it with a loan. A loan shows that you're being responsible and can pay that. It's a fixed amount for 24, 48, 60 months, however long it takes to pay that exact same payment for the duration until it's paid off. You can get lines of credit, personal lines of credit. And then at some point we definitely dive into business credit, but that's a whole nother echelon. That's a little bit higher level stuff than if you're just trying to work out your basic credit. So utilizing your credit card like a debit card is one of those things that tricks your mind into a finite amount of money that you can spare and that you have to pay back. It's like bouncing a check. If you don't pay it back, you got to think of it like you bounce a check. You bounce a check, they kick you out the bank. You have no means of getting your income except via a check. Banks do not want to deal with you when you write bad checks. It's also, a crime to do that. So, because you're robbing the bank when you do that. And I mean that in a sense that you're spending money that's not there, therefore incurring charges for them and yourself. And it's bad business. Don't do it. I don't ever recommend you do it. you know. And again, with bringing more income into your home, your financial space, you increase the chances of getting to the higher credit credit score faster, you know, because now you can auto pay all of your bills, and then auto pay the credit card that your bills are going on to, and that's a usage and a payoff, Everybody wants to see that. That's how the banks make their money, on interest fees, and some have junk fees that you shouldn't be paying, but they happen. So again, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and then check out our VIP school group, Subprime to Prime. Until next time, we'll see you later.